Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm Mr. Blast, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Aerialbot Fireflight, the final piece of Superion in the Age of the Primes line. We're going to go over his articulation, his transformation, and also take a look at the accessories he comes with, as well as his paint scheme. He's got quite a bit of paint on here. We're going to see if it's any good. And we're also going to compare him to his brethren, Slingshot. We're going to see how well he stacks up, and is it worth adding all of these Age of the Prime bots to your collection. Let's get into it. Alright, so here he is in his jet mode, and he looks pretty good. He's extremely similar to Slingshot, which I'm okay with. I actually like that bot as well. Transformation is relatively simple, and I'm also going to show you guys how to attach him to Superion. At first I didn't realize how to do it, but now I do. Lucky me. So anyway, there is some of his paint right here, the blue and yellow stripes, the nice Autobot symbol. He's got a nice blackish gray stripe across the top of his jet. It looks a little, actually it's black. Yeah, it looks, or maybe it's dark gray. I don't know. You guys tell me. His painted nose cone is done in a nice glossy paint. He's got silver and gray over his, or I say silver over his cockpit. As well as the tail fin has some silver paint right here, and then a yellow and black pinstripe as well. Underneath, you've got some blue paint here, some red paint here, and that's about it in the jet mode. There's a little bit more paint reveal in his bot mode, but first I also want to do a quick comparison to with Slingshot and Fireflight. I always get their names mixed up. But because I know they also changed his name from whatever it was in the G1. I'll put it here on the bottom of the screen so we remember. But they look pretty good. They're pretty similar as far as they look. Transformations are really similar. So I'll show you guys what they look like both in bot mode as well. But they look good together. The cockpit is a little bit different, but they both got, you know, painted black nose cones. He's got the black stripe over here and the tail fin with a little blue stripe there. But that's really about it. Their feet are extremely similar, if not exactly the same. Underneath the wings, not too bad. And yeah, they look great together. So let's get into the transformation part of it, and we'll see if he holds up. Let's find out. All right, so now we're going to show off the transformation, which is quite simple, so just follow along. And we're going to flip him over on this side. We're going to take our finger and just kind of pull out both of his leg covers. You can see these are the tops of his thighs right here. So we're going to take this. We're going to kind of pull this away and just kind of stretch that down. It's really simple. And then close this up. You're going to take both of his feet. They're basically connected together, so you're going to undo those in a second here. Flip back his little tail fin here. Flip that down. Take his legs apart, and you're going to flip his wings back like this. And look at that. You're already halfway done. He does have ankle pivot, which is kind of nice. Next, you're going to take the entire assembly of this cockpit, and you're just going to kind of pull it back like this. You can just go ahead and put that into place. There are these two right here, and they go into the back right down here. They kind of just match the shape. It's really not that difficult, guys. There you go. And then you're going to take his arms. Now, this is where it got kind of tricky for me the first time I ever did this with Slingshot. Basically, take his hand. This is what I do. I just kind of pull it out, and you're going to flip that down, take his arm, flip it this way. It's a little confusing because this piece is meant for the body molding, and then his hand is underneath all of this right here. It's just painted silver. So, I don't know. It looks alright, I guess. I kind of wish they had like real hands, but it is what it is. So we're going to flip that down and just kind of, you know, pose his arms a little bit. And you're going to flip his head around, and that's literally it. That's all it is. And here is how he looks together with Slingshot, and Fireflight and Slingshot look great together. They're very similar, not exactly, but you can see some of the differences and the similarities. Of course, there's a lot of people complaining about the heel spurs that they have. They are ginormous. And what I mean by that is, let's put this wing forward. Let's put that wing forward too. And the heel spurs are big. This part right here, which is what basically gives them stability. I kind of wish there was a way for this to extend out. A little bit right here and then flip it up, but unfortunately you can't. It's this for jet mode or this for his bot mode, and that's all you get. You can't push it up any higher. Although I think if you did that, he still wouldn't stand up, so he absolutely needs to. It is good that it's all connected here for basically his ankle pivot. So all this assembly is his ankle pivot. So he can stand up. You can get some pretty good dynamic poses from both of them. So, but this is what they look like together, transformed in their bot mode. And I really like the way they look together. I like the whites and reds and the oranges, even if the orange, or yellowish orange, whatever you want to say, looks a little bit, I don't know, stands out, I guess. But that was originally how he looked in G1, so they just kind of kept that aesthetic, and I think that's good. There's a side comparison there for their cockpit backpacks. Not too bad, looks pretty good. Not too much panel gapping, maybe right here on the inside of the leg. But other than that, it's really not that bad. So let's put them back into jet mode. You have to transform them back into jet mode to attach them to Superion. I'm going to adjust the camera, and then I'll show you guys what he looks like with everyone put together. Okay, so here we have him back in his jet mode, which is really easy to do, guys. I kind of showed you. Just reverse the video. How about that? All right, so first thing you want to do is you're going to want to put down his tail fin here. You can put these wings down, but for me personally, it's harder to get a grip on this guy when you have to take his torso apart. So I just leave the wings just like this for now. And I've got a little screwdriver that I use. Again, this isn't really damaging your toy as long as you don't mangle your stuff. You can use a piece of plastic. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Just don't break your toys. So inside here, there is a little slot you can put your object into that will fit. And what you do is you push on and you'll feel a little give. There's a spring. It's a spring-loaded tab. And basically just keep that pushed down. And if it works right, you can take the torso apart just like that. You don't have to apply a whole bunch of force to it, so just be mindful of that. Now you can fold his wings back, and as you can see, this tab is basically, it locks into place. Once you put it back together, your toy won't fall apart. So let's put this half down right here, and we're going to attach the bottom portion of Fireflight to his forearm, and he's got two holes right here that line up with the two pegs on Superion's arm. The other, like basically like the main body of Silverbolt. So we're going to do this. I'm trying to do this behind camera. It's kind of tough, but hey, it works. And there you go. That's the first half of his arm put on to Superion. Take the other half. You can see he's got these tabs. Sorry, I'll put this over here. Tabs over here. They're all lined up with the tabs on the side of his arm up here. So there's 4 of them. This thing really locks in. Actually, there's 2 right here. So you got 6 places you're locking this in, actually, or 7 if you count the middle right here. So we're going to do that, and we're going to just push down on that, and it is on there. The one thing I love about Superion is that, well, he's got really clicky joints. It's tough. It's really up there. It's on there, and there he is. After all these months of waiting to get all these bots put together, we finally have our Age of the Prime Superion, and he is leagues better than Combiner Wars. I had a Combiner Wars Superion many years ago, and while he was okay for the time, it really started to show his age as far as what the arms did and what the legs did. The arms and legs, he just, I don't know, the aesthetics were really off and off-putting, at least in my opinion, and I think this Superion looks really good. Hopefully it'll be the standard for a little while. Here's the back side of it, and not too much of a backpack. Of course, this is most of Silverbolt right here, actually. And let's pull the camera down just a slight bit, and we're going to show the legs down here. And I would say that this actually bothered me at first with the legs, or the jets being on the back of his legs and not in the front. You would think that you want to show them off, right? Well, we got so used to Combiner Wars, at least I did, and I thought those jets were supposed to be on the front because as a kid, I mean, I remember that as a kid being on the front of his legs. Actually, no, the cartoon G1 toys were actually on the backs of the legs. Now, for some reason, I don't know if it's just me or what, but mine right here does not tab all the way in. He kind of just falls out. I don't know if that's something I need to fix, but on the other side, I believe this is Air Raid. Air Raid actually sits in there just fine. Look, his arms, they tab in perfectly. But for some reason, I cannot get Skydive. Yeah, Skydive to fit his arm right in here. I think it's a me thing. I think this is supposed to lock in up top. And I'm just not doing it correctly. But when it's all tabbed in the way it should be, actually, I think I got it. So this is supposed to hook in underneath. But you can't really see it on camera. But overall, he looks great. I really like the way Superion came out. He looks great from head to toe. So let's do this. Let's unlock this right here, and I'll kind of do like a full up and down of what he's supposed to look like. So, okay. So you guys can see from the top to the bottom. And he looks fantastic. If you guys are looking for a really nice Superion to add to your Transformers collection, look no further than the Age of the Primes version of it. Again, he's not perfect. He's a heck of a lot more posable than the Combiner Wars one we got many years ago. Oh my god, are we talking like 10 years ago that we got that? That's insane. That is crazy when I really think about that. Combiner Wars basically was a toy line tied into that one Transformers game. What was it called? Devastation, which is a fantastic game, by the way. A little difficult on the short side, but it is a fun game, though. If you have not picked it up, I highly recommend that you do. It's a little hard to find. You're only going to find in the secondary market. Licensing ran out. Anyway, but it's a good game. So, but yeah, this is a really nice looking version of Superion. I enjoy it. I don't own any other version of Superion anymore. I used to have Combiner Wars, like I said, but now I just have this guy, and he looks really good next to all the other bots on the shelf. So, yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've got many more reviews coming of who knows what. I don't tend to stick with just one type of action figure. I do all kinds of stuff. Sometimes Marvel and Dragon Ball and Transformers, and I've been on a Transformers kick lately, though, so you might be seeing more of these guys. I'm a little late to the party, but I also just recently picked up the Studio Series Megatron. I'd love to do a review on him as well, so I don't have many Megatrons. I think I have one. He's an oversized masterpiece version of that Megatron, the G1 version. So, but what do you guys think? If there's any other Transformers you might want to see that, you know, I could do a review on, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you could, please hit that thumbs up. And like I said, hit that subscribe for more action figure reviews in the future. I do some electronics here and there too, now that I think about it. So little arcade things and whatever. So make sure you guys check out those videos. I'll kind of put a little thing up here at the top so you can check out all my other bot views and Gundams and whatever else I can get a hold of. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Mr. Blast, and I will catch you all on the next video. Later.